Grand evening. This is Empress Priestess. I know that all is well with you all. Thank you for your viewership. Thank you for your support. Thank you for listening to the messages. And most importantly, thank you for integrating information into your human experience that it benefits you in the highest vibrational frequency way, timeline, space, in any, each, and every way, shape, form, and fashion. Well, greetings. Have you been noticing, like, now that you've kind of gotten your algorithm as far as how you moving these days and how comfortable you are with that type of motion? Have you noticed people kind of trying to come in and uppercut you? It's like almost to say that because you are solely focused on only what you can control, the serenity prayer, you're not focused on what's out of your hands concerning another person and their free will. People want you to be in that space. They want you to be on that type of time, because that's what they're doing. They're using people's free will against them as a currency so that they can use them or manipulate them or whatever energy they're wanting to summon out of that individual. And that's like the main thing that we are pushing against. No more of that. You know, if we, as the collective, the elective, are allowing people to own their space and time, we shall receive the same. Whether that means the way that we own our space and time is different or not, it doesn't mean that it is wrong. It only means that we have perfected, we have mastered ourselves. We know who we are and how to move for us. We know what works for us and what hasn't, because we've done the experiments, the scientific experiments, and changed out the variables to see how this and that will take place if we do this and that. There's no need to second guess yourself at this time. It gets frustrating, true enough. But the main thing to remember is that what you've been doing is what has gotten you this far, so do not stop. I've noticed that people want to take away credibility. Oh, looks don't matter. Oh, looks, well, guess what? That comment is misconstrued. What's within is without. So you're attractive and magnetic within and beautiful, then you'll be the same outside of you without. As within, so without. As above, so below. Those are the trajectories. And so your beauty, as it has manifested in this 3D realm material world, is yours to own as well. It's not attributed to anyone. It's not attributed to anything other than you're anointed. And there will be pleasurable aesthetics about you. That's what you are for. You're to be pleasing in every way. You're creating heaven for yourself. Therefore, you want that reciprocal energy as well. And remember, anyone who is not able to offer that energy to you, there's a reason. And it's not about you. It's solely on them. It's solely on them and where their mind space is. That's where that phrase, heal your trauma so you can hear what's being said. So you don't misconstrue a person's authenticity and genuine actions to be distorted energy, because it's not. And if you're not in a space where you're willing to readily reciprocate, that means something. It's not about them, it's about you. And you have to explore and self-discover what that is to solve the mystery. All I'm saying is just pay attention. Now that you've set up your algorithm, you know what works for you, what doesn't. That's why this is your specific algorithm, because it's tested, tried, and true. It's nothing you mimicked off of anybody. What I give is scientific processes for material manifestation. That's what I provide. And with that, you're able to follow those steps for yourself and conceive if you're in a time and space of the mind. It's not about physical. This is about the mind. And so if you're mentally able to receive, then you shall receive. And you shall act accordingly to support the receiving. I am grateful for the time and space that I've had to heal, to be better, to do better, to see better, to feel better, to hear better. To be able to really take my life in my own hands, no one else's. And to be able to mold and craft and shape and influence my experience for my pleasure. I'm a Venusian energy. I'm programmed for pleasure. To give and receive. Infinitely, unapologetically. Therefore, that's the energy I offer up. And if you know that that's the energy that you output, don't you allow someone to come in and tell you otherwise. That means that you need to get out of their presence. It means that they're not receiving. That means you're overworking yourself. It puzzles me today how people go about living their human experience and the end result is for, happiness or peace. But none of their steps require them to act in that manner. It's almost like they feel they can conduct themselves in whatever manner they choose in the moment they're choosing it. And then you have to accept it. You got to deal with it. You got to figure it out. It's not their problem. Well, I thought about it. And they're right. It's not their problem. If you continue to choose to be in the presence of someone who does not appreciate you, then you're right. They are right. You are right. You're confused. You got to sit down and you got to think about, why do you desire that? What is it? What's going on? Because that's mixed matched energies. And that's not what we're doing any longer. We're not giving what isn't being received. Or what is it being given. You just have to think about the dynamics of things. And then put them in their proper places and spaces. And move accordingly after that. Nobody's begging. We're done with all that. That's why people have been manipulating so, because they didn't want to have to deal with being accountable. That's the scariest thing for people, is to be accountable. Why do something that you don't want to be accountable for, is the question. Pose questions. Have people think. Don't get mad, yell, scream, and shout. It does nothing. They're used to that. They're numb to it. It might be a fueling to say they got power over you. Because in the Bible it says, you who angers you controls you. So, and no, I don't quote passages. You got to Google that. All I'm saying is that there's more to the human experience when you're experiencing an experience. There's depths and degrees to that experience, and you can take from it to hone in and master yourself, remaster yourself, re-refine, so that you receive the desired human experience that you're in seek of. Because Jesus said, seek and ye shall find. So we're seeking. and we will be receiving. So don't get doubtful. Don't lose your momentum. Don't lose your enthusiasm. Don't feel anything other than I am doing exactly what I'm supposed to do, and I am exactly where I'm supposed to be. Allowing yourself to stay in a time and space of this is right for me is the highest vibrational frequency. And the only way to do that, the key to doing that, is always being authentic to yourself. Your feelings, your emotions, your perspective, your perception. Not compromising it for anything and anyone. Because that's what people have been doing. And it's enough of that. Nobody can really speak on what heaven is, because nobody's really obtained it by doing what Yahweh said. People don't even know it's Yah. They don't know it's Yahweh that they need to reference. You know, just this general God, supreme power. You could even say that, creator. But find the depth of these energies for yourself in your own human experience, because that's what you're mastering. Your multiverse. It's your universe, but it becomes your multiverse. As you expand and grow and meet others and integrate them, it becomes your multiverse. So be the main character energy of it. That's mastering the reality. It's not serving you, you're serving it. So be a servant, and be a happy servant. Be an enthusiastic servant. As we move and how we move is the lesson for others and for us. We just must take the time to reflect, seeing how far we've come, seeing how we've integrated and how successful it's been. Went out. I thank you for your time. I thank you for your space, your energy, your mind. I thank you that this is relevant to you. I hope that you'll continue to rethink these concepts and go deeper and expand them for yourself in your own human experience, getting other results that, can be shared with people because that's what this is about. If you teach one, that's enough. This whole teaching multitudes, if you reach one, that's enough. Then you go to the next one. But it starts at home, within self. And then it branches out. Especially if you have children, because those are your seeds. Again, I thank you for your time and your energy. I love you all. I thank you for your listening ear. I can't thank you enough. It means so much when I get an opportunity to put a video out, because these are genuinely my thoughts. I think on a higher vibration, where people are here in relationships thinking about how to cheat on a spouse or a significant other. I'm thinking about how to get money with mine. I'm thinking about how to move our family forward. Those higher vibrational thoughts. And so I'm just choosing to connect with people and let people know that there are those of us out there that are not on fuck shit time. We don't sit around looking for ways to fuck people over because we don't want to deal with what the fuck we got going on. No, we rather deal with what we got going on, and then we'll come together with others. I deal with things privately. And then once I come out of that problem coma that I'm in, that I'm solving, I'm good to go. I don't need help. I'm sovereign. Don't let people scare you with that word. It's sovereignty. I'm sovereign of mind, body, spirit. I include soul. And I see it from a different trajectory, the reason that I say that. I know people say spirit is soul, but I have a different conception from my own personal experience. And I'm just sharing that, and you find yourself where you find yourself. But this is all for your highest purpose and greatest good, so that we can push out more of that energy instead of this low vibrational trauma energy, arguing all the time, always in conflict, egoic, scared of another person's light or how they shine versus how you shine, things of that nature. And that light went off for a reason, because there are a lot of people that interfere and intervene and try to destiny swap with people out of jealousy and envy, because they can't handle how they move, the emotion of that individual. And if you want to vibrate where that person is vibrating in their life, you got to do the work. You got to do what they did, obtain the keys that they obtained to unlock the things that they've unlocked within themselves. Because evidently you see a reflection. And when you do that, you're healing. You're healing your lineage. You're healing curses. You're overall helping the energetic force or temperament of this world, that we can have better energy outputs instead of this same tired cheater energy. Nobody knows how to be monogamous now. This confusion of gender and pronouns and all that nonsense. Like, I'm so glad that I homeschool my children, because what do we look like now calling humans, asking them what their pronouns are? It's a strange environment. But nonetheless, be God and Goddess. No matter what. That's what you're here for. And you're not here to live another's experience, just your own. And master it and remaster it this lifetime. God is ready for his followers to shine, because God is shining then. Yah is ready for his followers and servants to shine, because he'll be known. You'll call him by his name. He'll no longer be some distant energy that you call when you're in a pickle. There will be a personal, divine relationship and direct communication. Because the rumor is from the Bible that you can't directly communicate. Yes, you can. It's just you can't directly communicate. So speak for self and self alone. Because I communicate directly. And I let everyone know. Why be this amazing and hide it? Who's the judge of that amazing awesomeness? Gotta think about these things. Especially if you want to be the sole creator of your reality and receive as you desire and not as another desires for you to receive. We can all coexist in heaven and have our heaven. There's no reason to be crabs in a bucket. Thank you for your time again. Good night.